Hey, welcome to the Paige family homestead. What are we doing today? We're dehydrating, we're freezing, and we're going to talk about the health benefits of ginger root. Stay with us. So as you can see from the package, and if you've been following along, you know that we love the discount racks in the produce section. A lot of our dehydrating goods, we didn't get a full season of gardening last year, so a lot of our picks for dehydrating come from the discounted rack. It's still good. It's just going to spoil if not used right away. So we get those at great discount. We don't grow ginger, not pretending we do, if we even had a full garden season. But it's something that can be pricey depending on the time of the year. It stores so easily in the freezer. It stores easily when you dehydrate it, and it stores for longer when you dehydrate. I like both methods, and we're going to talk about some of the health benefits, as I said. So this package, I've already been into it, and this one, because I don't finish one before I start the other. I don't know. We peeled. Now, it's not a perfect peel. I did a rough...
like potatoes.
Kind of. I did a rough peel, and it's so easy, guys. Get a tablespoon, like a soup spoon or whatever. If you can get in there. It comes off. I'm not pressing hard. And look at the moisture in that root, eh? It's a very wet root. And my hands smell like... Could you smell it when you came in? From outside? No?
No.
Oh, I thought the whole house was going to stink of it because I peeled all that already.
No, I didn't smell
So my hands look like, oh gosh, they're dirty. No, I've been peeling ginger root, guys, and it gets in under my nails if I pick at the knob in there or something. But you can see here, look, you know, it's
really.
so
no, I still
easy.
don't smell it, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, some of the health benefits, I've been reading up on it. First off, to make a nice ginger tea, oh, it smells so good. The health benefits, it helps with your digestion if you have an upset stomach. If you're suffering from, diarrhea and you have gas pains, it can help take away those gas pains, dispels the gas. It's good for the gut. Overeating a meal, sometimes at a restaurant they'll say, oh, you need a shot of ouzo. Ask for ginger. It does the same thing and you're not getting that alcohol in you for it, right? The benefits are unbelievable. They say it helps aid people suffering with diabetes. It helps them regulate their numbers. It helps to lower cholesterol. Now, the amounts needed for those claims, you'll have to check the Google. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying it's claimed to help and aid with those things, right? It is an anti-inflammatory. Like it helps with that, with those issues as well. It also aids in helping with what I wrote it down here. Oh, migraines. If you suffer from migraines, make a ginger tea. So there's the health benefits, and look.
That's amazing. Wow.
Just kind of break it off. Aids with weight loss. So yeah, I'll be sucking back that tea. I like to use it for cooking. Not in a lot of dishes, but probably more because I have it. I have it on hand. If I didn't, I probably wouldn't think of it. But when you feel like having a nice fried rice or a nice stir fry, to make the fried rice, throw in a couple little slivers of our dried or frozen ginger into the water to make your, oh my word. It's just that extra layer of flavor, guys.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing. We're going to be using it a lot in the summer. Well, we'll have to get more, but we'll be using it in the summer in our cold teas, not just hot teas, but they're a nice refreshing drink with a nice mint and some ginger and
What, like in ice water?
like when we make our sun-kissed
Yeah, like
tea.
sun-kissed tea, yeah, like that.
Yeah, throw a
Holy-
knob of this. And I did it actually when we lived in Trenton. You really liked it. I don't even know if I told you what was in it.
You didn't.
No.
It's always a surprise with you.
And that's because I have it, guys. If you don't have it in the house, you're not going to utilize it. You're not going to experience the wonderful aromas and flavors. And when you see how easy this is, it's just pathetic. So let's get freezing out of the way. So we take our knob of ginger, just slice it up. Doesn't even have to be terribly uniformed. Just slice it up, put it in a freezer bag, freeze it. Need some, open the bag, pull it out, throw it in your tea, water to make a tea, throw it in your water to make your rice, and put it in with your stir-fry vegetables. That's one way. It freezes.
Oh, I can smell it now. Mm-hmm. Well, oh, but you cannot.
I don't want to wash my hands.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey, but you have to.
Eventually. It's just so versatile. It's just awesome. So you saw the peeling of, and when you buy it in the store for the sole purpose of putting it up, you're gonna, if you're buying it fresh from the normal rack, pick out the knobs the roots that are like easier to peel. Mine were in the reduced rack, so it was picked through. We got the knobby ones that are, you saw I had to break it a little bit so I could
big
peel
deal.
it. I know,
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
eh? For the money we
For the money,
saved.
yeah.
And
Now, would that zester help with that? Ooh, it smells strong. I can smell
Andy,
it now.
that was something else what you did. That was my nutmeg zester,
well,
but
it worked.
it worked.
But not when you have a jar full of it. Jeez.
So I can also, when I'm going to dehydrate, now just let me set this aside here for a minute, keep it as short as we can. I'm not going to throw this away, guys. I'm really not. I am going to put it in a pot, just a little saucepan with a little bit of water, and I'm going to let that potpourri for me. It's going to smell so good. So here we have our done ginger. I can't use a mandolin because I would be adding my DNA to the ginger, and
She's not kidding. I've seen
no.
it done.
And stubbornly I bought it 3 times, and 3 times stated, I'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that never works either.
No, I won't buy another one. So I'm just trying to cut it as uniform as I can. So this would be for our slices. It's not enough ginger for me to do on its own in my Cabela. So I'm going to do this in my air fryer on the
Right.
setting for fruit, which is your dehydrating setting. If you have that on your air fryer, do check. I used to use parchment in this, but I found that the fan for the air fryer kind of blew and sucked and moved that parchment paper up so that it wasn't benefiting me at all in the job it was doing. So I cut up one of my Cabela sheets and made 2 trays for it.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just use that over and over and over. Right, I think they're good for 1,000 uses.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, I think
they're
that's what they
washable.
claim, right?
Yeah, they're washable.
Yeah. So this is it, guys. This is. Now I could also go get my grinder, or not my grinder, my little food processor, the 2-cup thingy, right? Like I did with the garlic, and I could throw it in there and mince it and put it out, and it would probably dehydrate quicker. And if you're making ginger powder, that would probably be the smarter way to go, but I don't know. Some of it's going to be powder, but some of it, I might just save it and like this, because to me it's more versatile. It's more something I can use in my everyday cooking. If I need powder, I can always take out my coffee maker and just zing, right? And I got it. How fresh is that? So I'm just going to continue to do this and load up my trays. One of those little trays for that air fryer, I still had my Nescos at the time, so I loaded up a Nesco tray and thought, I'm going to try the air fryer. Loaded that up. Oh my gosh, it fit. It fit exact. Piece for piece. And I thought, no way. But keeping in mind there's a center circumference missing on the Nesco.
Right, yeah.
And so, but yeah, it fits the same amount. So I'm going to have here enough to do 2 trays. I invite you to go to Angie's at, most of you know our Angie. Little Miss Angie over at Angie's Life and More Reloaded. She has the playlist for the hashtag Let's Air Fry. Lots of different ideas for air frying and different methods and recipes. If you're a content creator, let Angie know. She'd love to add your video. And, you know, just label it hashtag Let's Air Fry. As well, it's going into the hashtag Let's Dehydrate playlist that we sponsor. With the same rules apply. You want to add something that you're doing of interest that has to do with dehydration, and you'd like to share that with the viewers, and by all means, give us a message. Let me know that you've put it in the description as hashtag Let's Dehydrate. The title's yours. Do what you want with it, as long as it's searchable for the playlist, right? And I'll put that in gladly too. Everybody relates to different people, and it's great exposure for your channels. And a nice place for the viewers to go to get all kinds of different ideas. So I'm only going to dehydrate what will fit on 2 trays. The rest, I'm going to freeze. We make our own elderberry syrup.
Yeah.
Andy's never gone a day in over a year and a half without it, and he hasn't had a cold since or a flu. Not saying completely that it's attributed to that, but it's working. So don't unwork it, right? We use ginger in that.
Yeah, don't change something that's working.
That's right. So I'm going to freeze quite a few of these knobs too, rather than just dehydrate it all, because depending on the method or recipe that I'm using, I may want to use frozen rather than dried. I can always reconstitute the dried, but some recipes you just use what you're used to using, right? So now I dehydrate this. It is probably should be done for medicinal properties to keep everything 100% that you want out of it. You'd probably want to dehydrate it at the herb setting, which is, I believe, 95 degrees. I'm going to do it at the vegetable setting, which is 125. However, I don't think my machine goes to the 5s. I think my pick will be 120, 130, I mean, that was the case with something else we did in it last week. So I got 1 tray here. I'm going to finish up another tray and finish up peeling and getting my bag full for the freezer, and I'll bring you back when we're at the air fryer. Okay, so we got it on here. So here is the setting for dehydration, and it's a fruit. Set for 140, that's way too high. 130, 120 like I thought. So I'm going to do it at 120, and my time, that's set for 8 hours. No, I'm going to turn that down to, we'll check it in 2.5 hours and start. It's not air frying, guys. It's dehydrating. Let's put the light on. There's our ginger. 2 trays of ginger root. Now, because the ginger, the bulk of it, I'm going to be freezing, I washed it, patted it dry, and rough chopped, leaving the skins on. It's going in the freezer, and it's going to freeze perfectly, and I can take a chunk out as needed. The waste from peeling for the dehydrator and the knobs that turned a bit, I'm going to put into a pot, like I said, a little sauce pot, and I'm just going to let that make my house smell like heaven. 2.5 hours. Are we rolling? You did that to me again. Okay, so you heard. That was like 2.5 hours. Not bad. We have dehydrated ginger, guys. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's crispy. easy to rehydrate. I can throw it in rices. I can grind this and make ginger powder. But it's the best. Like, Andy, give that a smell. Do you remember smelling the spices in the bottles, right?
Yeah. Smells good.
I know. This is so much better. So we found the bill, the grocery receipt, for $2.38. We've got dehydrated ginger, frozen ginger. You can't be creative with the flavors ginger offers and the medicinal properties that it helps with. But I know when I'm upset tummy, I love a little ginger tea. You will too. And you won't be able to do it unless you have it. Check those reduced racks if you don't want to pay full price. By geez, it's good. Remember to give us a thumbs up, like, give us a comment. I love the comments. I do get to them in time, but I do get to them. Ring that bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right back at you, Andy.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow, and thanks for coming in to visit today. Oh, that smells so
Oh, the camera wasn't in. You're going to have to do it again.
In what?
I'm kidding.
Go away.